This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.
Hey guys, how's it going? Matt from Foulball Productions here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing well because I'm doing phenomenally. Thank you very much. This is the 77th episode of the MFer podcast, and I thank you so much for joining me today on this Tuesday evening to talk about, I don't know, whatever nonsense I can come up with, or you know what, maybe your stimulating chats. Sometimes it's your stimulating chats that move the conversation forward. It's a very interactive show we've got here where I'm just blathering nonsense and you guys say horribly toxic things in the chat, and we turn that into a show. That's what we do here at the MFer podcast. So thank you very much for joining me. Hello, Cotton Ministries. Good to see you, sir. Sentient Diddle-doo. Thank you, fellas. Hope you guys are doing well. I had a pretty good weekend. I remember I said I wasn't drinking. Got kind of loaded. And when you don't drink anymore and then you get loaded, the effects are harder. The hangovers last a lot longer. It was a brutal. Yesterday was absolutely miserable. And then today, really not much better. But I had a nice Sunday. Saw some friends, went to some cool places. And had a good little weekend. Play a little golf last week. And that's all. That's everything exciting that happened to me. I started playing that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 video game. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. It was kind of controversial earlier this year because I guess like one of the storylines was you could be gay or something. I'm not really sure what the controversy was. I'm not dismissing it. I'm not pretending that, the fake outrage. And like, outrage could have been very legitimate. There's so many things. Like, I guess, what's that? There's some new trailer going around for a new version of the show Spartacus, which is a very beloved show and had kind of a tragic story because the lead actor died of cancer really young. And it was like real sad for the fans and all that. And it's a very beloved show, not the most popular, but very passionate fan base. And I guess they're doing some new one. And guess who the toughest fighter is, guys? Guess who the toughest gladiator in ancient Rome is? Yeah, it's a real strong, tough black woman. Which is just ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous, and so dated. You know what I mean? When you see stuff like that, you're just like, what? You're still doing this? You know, it's like it's so out of touch. I think I was listening to a stream with Critical Drinker, and he had some people on, and they were talking about the Ironheart show, and it might have been Echo Chamberlain. I think it might have been him. And he said, it was so interesting to watch that show because it's like I saw something that was like very, quote, progressive, but also felt really dated. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how these things feel now. Like when you see them like still grasping at that, you're like, wait, no, like that's over, dude. Like that's some like last decade type nonsense. Like we don't do that anymore. That's mad corny. Unfortunately, they don't listen to your podcast, Matt. That's, unfortunate for them, but fortunate for you, Sentient Dildo. You're in luck. Stronk Black Woman Pop Spartacus. Yeah. It's so like cheesy. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God. Like, it's like they did that with the Black Snape thing. And it's funny, like it's still a controversy, right? People still get spun up about it and, make posts and get upset or whatever. But it isn't that really. Like the core of it is not that people are outraged anymore or like upset that you're doing this with certain properties. It's so like passe and transparent, and you've been exposed so many times over that now it's just like, what are you doing? It's like a comedian telling the same joke and then bombing with it every night and then never adjusting. You're like, we don't like it. We're never going to like it. No amount of this pandering, this pushing this stuff it doesn't work. What don't you understand? What don't you understand? And it's an absurd thing to like still get upset about, to like genuinely get upset about it now because they've just been so exposed. And it's just like, no, you're like, we know, but for them to still do it for new shows in 2025 is like, oh, do you want it to fail? Is that the idea? Is this like some kind of money laundering scheme? Is this like a tax right? Are you trying to tank this show? Crazy. What's up, Hairless Primate? Good to see you. Beer in the MFer podcast. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. What kind of beer we swigging on today, huh? What type of brew are you enjoying? I do like a good beer. Spartacus has good genes. Yeah, that's the big story of the weekend and the past day. And I swear to God, it's not a story I ever planned on talking about. I was never gonna bring it up because who cares? Like when I first saw it, I was like, well, that's not a story. I was just like, oh, my first reaction was like, oh, sick. Like they're learning. Like they're Sydney Sweeney has this like really, I don't want to say obsessive, but like widespread, a very ample fan base online, and all the boomers love her, all the right wing people love her because she's, I guess you could say she's right coded, to borrow a phrase. She's right wing coded because I guess she's, I don't know, not Southern, but like Midwestern or folksy or something like that. And there was a picture of someone's wedding that she was related to, and they were wearing, there was like some MAGA hat joke. I don't know, but like she didn't come out and condemn it, and she's never said anything dumb. And, she's got like a 1980s kind of hotness, just sort of like a hot blonde, but like a kind of, they say girl next door, very approachable. And so the guys, you know what I mean? My contemporaries love Sydney Sweeney is what I'm trying to say. And, hey, look, I think she's hot. I don't lose my mind over her, but I think what she really is, and I don't think she's ever made any effort to do this, but what I think she truly is like a symbol, as corny as it is to attach symbolism to just some hot chick. It kind of has become one, and people sort of look at her as like this hot girl, and she isn't obnoxious, right? She doesn't say woke things, which, credit where that's due. Although I just feel like any day now we're going to get something dumb because she's in Hollywood still. So her friends and her contemporaries, the people in her circles are, Hollywood people who are awful and woke and juvenile and still throwing a tantrum over Trump. eventually I just feel like they're going to be like, all these like white supremacists and like Nazis, like they like you, you should say something. You should do something. I feel like that'll be in her ear or her representation. I mean, if she's smart, she'll never do that. But I do feel like that shoe's going to drop any day now. But anyway, all that to be said, they put her in this American Eagle jeans app or ad. And I was like, oh, great. Like that. I think that's good. That's them recognizing that there's this kind of like ravenous fan base of hers that like, idolize her and think she's super hot. And, it's like, we're back, baby. We are so back. Like, and in a way, like, even though I feel like that's a relatively corny sentiment to like truly mean it, for a fucking ad for jeans, it is indicative of the shift in culture. It is like if you're putting a girl that looks like that, right, in ad, like if you remember, all the ads, like they were the most obnoxiously like controversial woke ads. It would be like two trans people all fat, hairy, and gross, and like, this is what I wear, Calvin Klein. Like they're like the most like transgressive. You're just like, oh my God. And it was like that, it was like what Playboy had like a dude, it was so many things. So in a way, as maybe as kind of cringe as it can be to like truly celebrate it, it is a cultural shift. It is indicative of a cultural shift. For just like, look, we're actually going to put up on screen what you'd find attractive, and go back to normal marketing of fashion brands. Put hot chicks on in skimpy clothes again. It's not rocket science. It's not even that interesting. It's just like, in comparison to what you have been doing for all this time, it's like, oh, nice, refreshing, right? So that's what I thought when I saw that. I was like, all right, Sydney Sweeney ad, nice, good work. Like that's true progress, actually making some decisions. And then initially there was some backlash to it. And I didn't give it any credence because you're like, of course, someone's going to get upset about it. Like, whatever. But that backlash kept growing and growing and made it all the way to the friggin' news today, made it to ABC. And I was like, oh my God, this is a story. It's not just some screeching libs on TikTok. It's like, oh, this is like news now. So I've gotta talk about it a little bit. What a British one. I'm in the old country. Banks Amber Bitter. Huh? Oh, the beer. I was like, what? Banks Amber Bitter. Let's look into that beer. I don't know that beer. That's cool. You're in the across the pond. You guys, they do pretty good beer, man. Oh, I don't know this. I'm unfamiliar with Banks Bitter. That looks like a beer you'd serve in England, though. It looks like they'd sponsor like soccer games and stuff. Sick. Right on. Enjoy that cerveza, my friend. Enjoy that cerveza. Con Inc. I think he means conservative Inc. Will simp for anyone. Yeah. Yeah, I've been guilty of it too. The second someone kind of shows up and is like, oh, well, this person's not playing the game. Like, that's our new hero. I mean, that's kind of how like Gina Carano became like that cultural rallying point, because she like made fun of like the trans ideology and then got fired, right at the time when that was super controversial. Was it like 2020? And so like when she became like this figure whom I remember like when she was in The Mandalorian before she became like a cultural icon. No one was like, we love her so much. But yeah, like once it was like, oh, she's maybe conservative. Now we love her. Ride or die forever. Spartacus featuring Sydney Sweeney, Chef's Kiss. That's funny. Yeah, that's like everyone's stand-in now for like anytime there's like a hot chick or a new thing. It's like, oh, put Sydney Sweeney and Sydney Sweeney. I was like, can this chick even act? I don't know. I've never seen her perform. I have no idea. All I've ever seen is that kind of like vaguely vacant, like hot chick look that she has. And that's about all. That's really most of my experience with her. Nomad, she's based. She might be based. I don't know. I've seen no evidence of that. But all right. Had someone backstage and they just dropped out. So never mind. Maybe I shouldn't even mention that. But anyway, so like I said, I called it, that's why the title of this is Nontroversy, because I didn't think this was a controversy. But look at this. All right, he's back. Everybody, welcome my friend who needs no introduction. He's my buddy. We podcast before, and he was on my birthday stream. Please welcome Maku.
Hello.
What up, dog?
How's it going?
It's going, man.
A lot. I was just.
What's that?
Oh, I think there might be some delay on my end. Maybe.
That's gonna make this tough.
Yep.
Yep. Do you want to try to log back in and like restart or something like that? Because if there's a delay, I mean, it's impossible. We can't do it.
Yeah. Let me exit and re-enter.
Yeah. Maybe restart your computer. Or
yes,
like
Kami Mike. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go.
Okay,
right,
maybe there's not a delay now.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Are the words matching my mouth?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sick. All right, cool. How you doing, bud?
Good. I just walked down to work and cleaned out the trash cans, which is always fun.
Wow.
We take out all the trashes on Sunday night, and we're closed for 2 days, and the trashes stay on the sidewalk for 2 days, which means people are throwing bags of dog poop, coffee cups, their packages that they got delivered to their apartment, and they think, oh, I'm just going to put them in this trash can outside of my apartment. And then I have to take them into the alleyway and hose down a bin full of dog poop and old coffee.
Great. Well, I'm glad that you kept everyone updated on that.
That was my day.
If there's any other breaking news that we all need to be up on, please let us know.
Well, what is the subject of discussion?
So
today? What are you guys talking about?
We were talking about did you know about like the Sydney Sweeney ad? Have you heard about this?
Is she a Palestinian, or I'm just kidding?
She's not a Palestinian. No. She's very based. Let me see if I could just pull
I
up
did
the
hear about
original
the
ad.
Yeah, I saw the ad. I also saw the oh my god, there was an older ad that it was supposedly paying homage to. I cannot remember the actress's
Brooke
name.
Shields.
Brooke Shields. Yeah.
It's not that it's homage. This is the thing that's so fucking frustrating about this. It's a pun.
Yeah.
Pun, and everyone's losing their mind over a pun.
Yeah.
It's just a pun. It's just a joke. It's not a very good one. It's just she's got good genes. She's hot. So she has good genes and she's wearing jeans.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole ad. That's everything that should have been consumed about this goddamn thing. But for some reason, it's a national controversy, and it was on the news this morning. So I'll show you the clip, and you can tell me what you think about this searing insight.
Time to check the pulse. We begin with the backlash over a new ad campaign featuring actress Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, the ads are for American Eagle, and the tagline is, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Now, in one ad, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed actress talks about genes as in DNA being passed down from her parents.
The play on words is being compared to Nazi propaganda with racial undertones.
The pun, good genes, activates troubling historical associations for this country. The American eugenics movement in its prime between 1900 and 1940 weaponized the idea of good genes just to justify white supremacism.
Despite that backlash, American Eagle stock has been soaring.
That's the news. Oh my god.
I guess there's nothing else to talk about.
There really is. I mean, it's just, I guess it's, but it was a story. When I was doing an intro to this story because it was something that I saw and the ad. I first saw the ad and people were like, "We're so back," type stuff. And then there were some TikTokers being like, "Oh, this is Nazi propaganda, blah, blah, eugenics." And I was like, okay, I mean, that's just some people freaking out. But the snowball of all the people's angry reactions has just continued to grow and grow until this is literally a news story now. And I was like, oh my God, I have to talk about this.
Yeah. I think the backlash is a good example of the current trend of popular media kind of weaponizing what they call or what they might refer to as some sort of cultural memory, whether they're, weaponizing the memory of the Holocaust or they're weaponizing the memory of the eugenics movement or slavery or something. It's
I think it's basically what it's come to, really, is just that our society became so like the propaganda factory that was like what we were supposed to think and absorb in this culture for the past 10 years has just been so ridiculous that if you're saying a pretty white girl has good genes, now that's being equated with Nazism. You're like, oh, as opposed to what? And you're putting that in a hierarchy. Her genes are good. What are they, better than a black woman's? Better than a Mexican man's? Blah, 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 blah. Because in a way, it has devolved into a kind of a cultural race war. I mean, and so it's like if you say that a pretty blonde girl has good genes, it's like, oh, well, you're not praising black women above all people. So what are you saying? What are you saying? You're going to bring back the Third Reich? They're selling jeans and they made a pun.
Yeah.
It's not Nazi propaganda.
Yeah. Calling it Nazi propaganda is a form of propaganda.
Yeah.
In its own right. Like selling people on the belief that if they do not remember something that they were never a part of or implicated in, then they are somehow complicit in the thing that they were never a part of for simply not remembering the thing. It's like, well, how could I possibly remember anything that happened when I was not alive? This is what I mean when I think the concept of memory is weaponized to make people feel guilty about, not supporting certain groups of people who are doing certain things to other groups of people.
I think you're giving them way too much credit. I don't think it's anything that advanced. I really just think it's simply that if you're praising a pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, that's Nazi. Like, I really think that's as deep as this goes. I don't think it goes any further with any other complexity or layers to it. It's literally just, look, we've been, there's a show. Do you know the show Spartacus? You ever hear about the show Spartacus?
No.
There's a show from years ago. It was about, the gladiators in Roman times called Spartacus. It was a very beloved show. And now they're doing, I don't know, a spinoff or a sequel or something like that. And guess who the toughest, most badass gladiator in the whole arena is?
LeBron James.
And that would be better. It would be better if it was a giant black
guy. Oh my God.
Is
it Whoopi Goldberg?
It's just some black chick. It's just some black woman is like the toughest, strongest gladiator. And you're just like, oh God, like it's such a dated thing to do. But that's been the culture for so long. And it's like you're supposed to big them up and they're the best, black girl magic, all that stuff. But if for any moment in time you make an ad and you say, oh, she's got good genes, what are you saying? Like, I get, like, if you see the world the way those people see the world, then saying a pretty white girl has good genes is racist because it's doing anything nice or positive about black people whatsoever. I mean, white people whatsoever. And that's a crime. That's a cultural crime you've just committed, which is amazing that this is a thing.
Yeah.
Emperor Goodwin, strong black women were peak Rome. Black women gladiators were peak Rome. Absolutely.
I like the weaponized memories comment up here. This is
So,
also from Emperor
wrong one.
Goodwin. This is clever. It's funny. I laugh.
You like puns too, huh? I gotta say, I think puns are the lowest form of humor, but it's that's why when I saw that, I couldn't imagine honestly getting upset about about this thing. But hairless primate. In my day, we talk about people having good genetics, like a sports star, good-looking actor, et cetera, et cetera. It was nothing. It was a nothing statement, nothing in it. That's exactly what this was. It was never anything more than that. It was just saying she's hot. She's got good genes. That's like means she's hot. But if you say anything positive about pretty white people in the modern conversation, I think you might be a Nazi.
What else is going on in the world today? Is it okay if I change the subject? Am I allowed?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. It's not something I really gave a shit to talk about, but I just felt like I had to because the story wasn't going away. And I reached the friggin' news today.
What did you hear about the Thailand Cambodia war?
No.
I don't know if you want to talk about war.
Is that a real story? Thailand and Cambodia?
Yeah, they were shooting. I didn't hear much about how it started, but I did, however, see quite a lot of videos circulating of Cambodians firing rockets at people in Thailand, and people in Thailand firing rockets at
I had no
soldiers
idea.
in Cambodia, and they just agreed to an unconditional ceasefire.
Another win for Trump. Another peace victory for Donnie T. Let's go. He can't
Well,
stop winning. Oh, sorry.
Uh,
This is the first I've heard of it. I had no
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, it was a very short. They're calling it the 7 Days War. It will be known from this day forward as the 7 Day War.
It's very efficient. We got rid of all the Cambodian nukes.
Now, again,
Did you
speaking
hear
of-
fucking Netanyahu? Sorry, not to go off, but did you see
No, you're good.
Netanyahu on the Nelk Boys trying to he just said
Oof.
that they had nuclear warheads, that
was-
Iran had nuclear warheads. Did you hear that?
Yes, I watched that whole thing. It was
What?
extraordinarily painful. It was a
that is
very, very painful
unbelievable.
watch.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing to okay, they're over enriching and getting to the point where they could potentially turn them into nuclear. To say they had nuclear warheads, like there's
Yeah.
underground ICBM facilities in Iran.
Yeah.
That guy, it's unbelievable, unfucking believable.
Yeah, that was a very, very painful watch. There were so many things that he said that contradicted things he himself and people in his administration have said about their own actions or policies towards Palestine. It was a very, very confusing watch.
I mean,
I mean,
I could only stomach it for so long, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Matt doesn't care about Cambodian kids, only ones from Gaza. I care about all the kids not getting killed, but I more care about the ones in Gaza getting killed because we're fucking paying for it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Thailand realized that Cambodia has a proud history of kicking its own ass and needed no assistance from them. Well, this is from the New York Post. This is from 5 days ago. I did not know about this. Is new to me. So let's see what they got. What are they fighting over?
Okay, not gonna make a poorly thought out joke.
Kind of wish you would.
No.
No one's watching. Don't worry.
What are they fighting over?
Wait, you don't know? I was just asking.
No,
you.
no. So I honestly just saw some footage and then didn't really follow up looking into any of it. And then I saw today or yesterday there was a unconditional ceasefire that they agreed to. I think it was just I think it might have been a territorial dispute, and it was one of those situations where maybe some Cambodian soldier shot at someone across the border. There was some kind of a gun went. It was like a gun went off situation, and that led to so and so shooting so and so, and then it kind of escalated.
The shot heard around the world.
Yeah.
Let's see.
These are really nice sounds to listen to.
Oh, no joke. Had air capability. I didn't. I didn't know Thailand had an air force. That's neat.
I think they do.
Honestly, if pressed, gun to my head, in an unmarked map, I don't know that I could pick out Cambodia and Thailand.
Really? I bet you
I know
could.
where Cambodia is. I know where Cambodia is because Cambodia is west of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I know that because I used to I was very interested in the Vietnam War conflict. So I used to look into that. And we did a lot of illegal operations in Cambodia. So I know Cambodia is there.
Mm-hmm.
Thailand? I don't know. I thought Thailand was an island.
Oh, interesting. No, it is not. It is
Very beachy though, right?
Yes. Yeah. It has less coastline than it has.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't have been able to.
Actually, I might be wrong. It might have a lot of coastline.
There's a lot of coastline, apparently, to the map I'm looking at right now. But it's a big, this looks
okay.
like a giant bay. But no, I honestly, I wouldn't have known that. I don't think I would have been able to pick out. Looking at the map now, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, that's where Thailand is. But yeah, I might be confusing with the Philippines. Do you know what I mean? I don't know the geography. I was looking at the Middle East geography, and I realized I don't really know that either.
We should send Kyle Rittenhouse there for peace negotiations.
That's a great idea. Well, it's I also don't like to admit this stuff because Europeans always make fun of Americans' geography knowledge, and I'd never want to give them that win.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, I don't really know global geography at all.
Yeah, there are some.
I know my own map. I know this country's map. I could do that pretty. I actually filled out a blind map one time of the United States, and I think I got 48 of the states right.
Do you know where North Macedonia is?
No. It sounds like I know it's in Greece area.
Oh, all right. All right. What about Guinea-Bissau? Where's Guinea-Bissau?
That's gonna be in the South Pacific.
No,
it's not Papua New Guinea.
It is not.
No, then I don't know what the hell is. What is that? Guinea? What is that? You making that up?
Guinea-Bissau. No, I'm not. It is a country in West Africa, bordered by the Gambia and Guinea.
No, Africa. I got nothing.
Africa's a tough one. You got some. You've got Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea. You've got the Gambia.
Let me see if I can pull up a blank map of Africa and see if I can get anything. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, hold on. Honestly, I don't know that I could get one country. I might, I'm saying that for amusement's sake, but to be fair, I really might not be able to get a single country on this map.
I feel like I could probably get Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, the northern ones, but maybe the Democratic Republic of Congo. I know where that is. South Africa is an easy one.
South Africa is the easy one. Okay, so we got South Africa at the bottom there.
Do you have the map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Madagascar is the one off the coast.
Mm-hmm. The big chunk in the middle there is that's the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Find Zaire, dude. I have no idea.
Ooh, Zaire. That is the tiny. No.
I don't know.
I don't know either, actually.
I'm actually looking at that. I'm like, I really don't know any of these countries. I've heard of Congo and Kenya and stuff like that, but I really don't know. Like, is the big one up towards the top to the left? Is that Lebanon?
No, Lebanon is above Israel.
What am I thinking of? Not Lebanon.
Sorry, above Palestine.
Palestine's never actually been a country.
Zaire is in Angola.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Libya. I'm an idiot.
Or maybe it used to be.
Not Lebanon. It began with an L. That's why I was thinking that. Libya.
Yeah, Libya is up by Morocco.
Yeah, it's a big chunky one in the middle.
And yes, it's right.
That's why I was like, I kind of knew that one. Libya, thank you.
Yeah.
You knew Emperor, good one. This is like shocking though. Like I'm like, I really don't know. Yeah, like I wouldn't. Have you ever even heard of the Mauritania?
Yeah,
never heard of it.
Mauritania. That's
where's Sudan? Like
going on there. Sudan.
Yeah,
that's right below Egypt. That's
work.
Yeah, where do we? Yeah,
like I didn't know that this horn here. That's Somalia. Didn't know that. I do think I know where Liberia is actually. Is Liberia on the western coast? Is that the top left there?
So it's that little
little sliver.
Wait, sorry. What are you talking about?
I was wrong, but I knew it was on the right coast. Point de Lesotho. Is this just me? Am I this dumb, or is everybody this dumb and they're pretending?
So I think Sentient Dildo is looking at a map and he's finding the tiniest
which
countries.
Is funny.
But Lesotho is in. It is that little circle inside of South Africa, surrounded by South Africans.
Where is Zaire? Is Zaire a country that doesn't exist anymore?
Angola. It's on the left side, 3 up from South Africa. I think I might be wrong. Or it's
that's Angola. It used to be Zaire. Is that the joke?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Doc Valiant. I almost was sent to a country called Djibouti in Africa. That I've actually heard of. I've been to parts of the Middle East, bunch of hellholes. I bet. I'm not surprised at all. Chad is the greatest country in Africa, hence the name. Hell yeah, let's go. No, the Democratic Republic of Congo is what used to be Zaire. Okay. Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
He could be. Dude, I don't know any of this.
I don't think that is correct.
I have no idea.
Oh no, that's right. What the? Who am I to pretend like I know anything?
Central African Republic.
It's such a
didn't know that was Benin.
Goofy thing to pretend like I know.
Benin. Benin. By Benin. Yeah, we're sure. Yeah, we're sure, idiot.
Yeah, me just saying stuff.
Yeah,
gotta be a know-it-all. That's typical. Liberal.
What does this say about me? Does this make me stupid?
Nope.
Ignorant? Ignorant. It gotta be a little ignorant.
Because you're not a lib, Matt.
But I bet you most people don't know this stuff.
Know everything. No, every liberal does.
Every liberal could pick out Equatorial Guinea on a map. No question. They know where Djibouti is. They know where Uganda is. I don't know any of this shit. I don't know nothing. Which is embarrassing, but at least I'm honest about it. You want to try Europe?
Ooh, yeah.
I bet we could do better with Europe.
Yeah, I mean, still pretty bad, but
yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be embarrassing, but we could. I think I'll do better. Like I can get the big ones.
I can get the big ones. Now find Rwanda. Rwanda is
right next to
Uganda. Yeah. Uganda's the time.
I know that now because I was looking at the map.
Uganda's real pretty too. Very mountainous.
I bet a lot of these countries are really pretty if it wasn't for all the dead kids, all the slaughtered children and missing limbs.
Yeah. I mean, the DRC is.
This one's actually, this is a little, okay. This is going to be a little bit easier. So I know we'll start all the way to the left. The big one is Spain.
Yeah.
And then Portugal right there. Then that's France, England, Northern England, Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Scotland.
Don't forget about Northern Ireland.
I said that.
You said Ireland?
I said Ireland, Northern Ireland. Then we got Italy and then wait, what's above Italy? Austria? Is that Austria? Is that Austria?
It's Switzerland, right above
Switzerland.
Italy.
That's right. The Swiss Alps. Yeah. Okay. And then that's
Yeah.
Germany directly above that.
Yeah, and then you
And
got
then
Netherlands.
Netherlands is top, right?
Netherlands.
And that's Belgium. Belgium, but just below that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then so
Belgium,
that's Germany.
Created out of thin air by the Brits. Yeah, Germany and then,
Papa Cotton. You could show me every African country and where it is, and I still wouldn't give a fuck.
Wow, that is so...
Matt didn't find the Isle of Man. Fail. No, isn't that just? That's not a country, is it? Isn't that just like part of Britain?
What, the Isle of Man?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Okay, so Germany and then Austria, and then what's south of Austria?
I know there's like some Balkan countries, but I can't remember the order.
I don't think that one is, though. It's Slovenia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is Slovenia the one? Wait, is Slovenia right next to the... Slovenia is...
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Am I? I don't think I am. I think Slovenia is a smaller one below Austria. Like,
oh, it's right
down.
below Austria. No. That's Croatia.
That's Croatia. No, Croatia is the one with the long, like, blade-like coast.
Yeah, that's that. Austria is...
Find Hungary. Hungary is wait, so that's Poland up next to Germany.
And Hungary,
right?
Yeah.
Hungary is in the middle there. Is in the kind of like...
No, that's the Czech. That's Czechia.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is Hungary below that?
I don't know where the frick.
I wish I could mark it.
Luxembourg. That's another one where...
But isn't that tiny?
It's so tiny. Yeah, it's smashed right in between those Germany and France.
Dude, it's so fun. Now that I'm looking at Eastern Europe, I have fucking no idea.
Yeah. Well, you got Czechia right in between Germany and Poland. And then right below that is...
You should know Romania. I don't. Wow, it's amazing. I'm looking at that. I'm like, I truly don't know. I can make guesses.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't even think of them.
Man,
that sucks. That is embarrassing. Oh shit! Did I close that? Okay. Moldova. Find Moldova. No, now I need the map. Sorry, Europe. I don't know you.
All right, do the U.S. Let's go U.S. state.
We can definitely do that.
Worst at this.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
All right, then. Yeah, because that one I can do pretty well. Let me see here. Because I kind of want to I want to look at. All right, so that was what did we get wrong? Okay, so no, you're right. It was Czech Republic was the one directly in that little crux of Germany, and below that was Austria.
Yeah,
Croatia is the one with the blade.
Yes. And then Slovenia.
That's Bosnia. Serbia is east of that. North of those two is Hungary, Slovakia, Poland. Oh, I forgot all about Belarus. Forgot Belarus existed. Forgot about Bulgaria. Yep. Yeah, I don't know my European geographies. All right. You know what sucks? They're fucking right. The Europeans are right. We don't know our geography.
Do we have any reason to?
Do you matter? All right. I haven't seen your Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know what the implications of not knowing are.
I don't know. I just feel like an idiot.
Can't be good.
But I wonder, like, how many people. I guess if you live there, you would know. If you lived in Europe, you'd know.
Yeah, I got to take the train down to. Yeah, you take
Moldova. Got to go to Moldova for the weekend.
Take a left into Switzerland.
All right. Start at the top left and work your way down.
Oh, okay. Washington, Oregon, California. Is that big one? That's by itself. Is that New Mexico? Just joking.
Okay.
Alaska, and then back up. We
Yeah,
got
back up.
Idaho, Nevada. Man, this is embarrassing.
So you don't know that one?
I don't know what that big. Oh, that's Montana. That's okay. Montana.
Wait, where are you going? You started Idaho and then you went down to Nevada.
No, Nevada, and then I went back up.
Oh, you went back up. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's Montana.
That's not Colorado.
No.
That is.
It's the cowboy state.
What?
Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming. Okay, all right, Wyoming, and then not. Oh my God, this is.
You're not on mic, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. I know we got New Mexico down there. There's Colorado. I'm blank. Oh,
those are states, but you need to pick out where they are.
I'm blank. So the one we've got Wyoming, and then to the bottom left of Wyoming, that
Utah.
one. That's Utah. Okay, man, I could have got that. And then below that is Arizona.
Right.
Then directly to the right, New Mexico. Then going up, Colorado. Then
back up to the top.
Let's go back. Yeah, North Dakota, South Dakota. That is not.
I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's where it gets a little tricky. Is that Kansas?
No, Kansas is
one of them.
Oh yeah.
Shit. See, I don't know. This is where it gets a little tricky.
Scene show collection. Who lives in the warehouse of a guy he met at a gas station? Yes.
What's up, Zax?
Yes, I am the gay.
Big gay.
Big old gay one.
Very gay. A lot of people say the gayest.
Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas.
Nebraska. Then Kansas. Thank you.
Then
I forget about these states. I know they're out there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's Kansas, then Oklahoma, then Texas. Then what about, is that in the big one there in the middle that's kind of leans to the right? What do you got there?
Wait, the big one in the middle. What are you talking about?
Back towards the top.
Oh, to the top, Michigan. Or no, that's Wisconsin.
I think that's Minnesota.
Oh man,
but I'm not sure.
This is tough, man.
Yeah.
This is so tough.
This is where it really. These are like the middle is where I don't know shit. I'm like, I think that's.
I'm having a hard time telling where the lake is too. Which one of those?
Or is that Iowa?
There.
No, Iowa's just below that.
Ooh.
Iowa's just below that. All right, and then it's. That's Iowa, and then is that Missouri directly below? I think that's Missouri, and then
Louisiana down there.
Louisiana way down there, but what's just above Louisiana?
Arkansas.
That's Arkansas? Okay. Arkansas.
Illinois.
Illinois is the one pointing down.
Yeah.
And the one pointing above it, is that Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just saying that?
No, I know for sure that that is that. And then Minnesota.
And to the right of that is
to the left.
Minnesota with the mitten. The mitten's Minnesota.
Yeah.
Directly below that is Kentucky? Is that Kentucky?
Oh, no. That's the one.
Kentucky's the one with the kind of key shape, right?
That's above in Indiana.
Is that Indiana? That's Indiana. You're right. That's Indiana. Right. Indiana, then Kentucky, then Tennessee. And now
the mitten is Michigan. Yeah. The mitten's Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the lake.
Our geography is horrible, bro. Our geography is so bad. This is horrible. I'm embarrassed. I know that's okay. So it's Michigan and then Indiana and Ohio. Directly below that, is that Kentucky with the key? Looks kind of like a key. right? And then Tennessee, and then Florida, the Panhandle, Georgia just above that. And I don't know. I know one of them's Mississippi and one of them's Alabama. I don't know which is which.
50 nifty United States from.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the song.
And then, okay, then going up the coast, and you got South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut.
Oh, Massachusetts is it over there? Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like Connecticut's like the, yeah. It goes New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut,
Rhode Island,
Massachusetts. I always forget which is which with Vermont and New Hampshire. I think Vermont's the one that points straight up, and New Hampshire's the one that points down, and then Maine. Man.
That's a tough one.
Stitching on Vidge, you called him a Minnesotan. Yeah, dude, that is a shocking lack of geographical knowledge.
Yeah,
from both of us, to be honest. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm a little ashamed.
Yeah, me too, man. I gotta know where the names on the maps are, just in case I. There's a sentence. There's an end to this sentence somewhere.
Matt is not
in my brain.
Smarter than a fifth grader. I wonder out of the general public, how many people would be more knowledgeable than me.
We forgot about Ohio. We didn't even name.
No,
Ohio.
I said Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Ohio. Ohio
doesn't exist, dude. Ohio was.
Didn't you tell me that that's like what the kids say? Something's lame. It's from Ohio or something.
Yeah, I think it's a Gen Z. So I went down a Gen Z slang rabbit hole where I was trying to figure out, where certain things came from. And I told you about, it was kind of spurred on by this instance where I was down in the subway, or what we call the light rail in Seattle. And I was sitting next to, Ivan's calling me. I was sitting next to some like middle schooler, and
I did know where Ohio was, Sentient Dildo. Don't you slander my name. Ohio's a meme. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And this kid turns to me and he's like, do you know about Skibidi Toilet?
Yeah.
Or he asked me, I think he asked me if I've seen the live action Skibidi Toilet. And I immediately just like, I knew he,
but he's Gen Alpha. You're Gen Z.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant to say. But it was such a funny interaction, and then he starts, it's like I'm sitting there in person, getting bombarded with like Gen Alpha humor, and I couldn't even, I didn't even really want to respond. I was just like sitting there cracking up, and but that when I left, it was like, okay, I need to figure out what these slang terms mean. And I went down a Gen Alpha rabbit hole trying to understand like where does Riz come from? What's the Skibidi Toilet thing? But
I'm still not sure what Skibidi Toilet is.
So Skibidi Toilet, there's some guy, this is going to be a very botched explanation, but there's some guy who makes these cartoons with these like with these toilets that have heads that pop out of them, and there's this whole universe of like monsters and things, and there's like this invasion on some kind of planet where these Skibidi Toilet people exist, and it's this whole like cartoon series. There's like multiple episodes. I don't actually know how Skibidi Toilet is used in a sentence.
I think it's just there to baffle us. Like I remember years ago, there all these memes came out, kind of like what Sentient Dildo and Emperor. All right, well, is it important?
Yeah, this is my boyfriend. He might be
he might be pregnant.
Blood.
No, do you remember years ago there were those memes, and it was kind of like what Sentient Dildo and Emperor Goodwin were doing with the Stronk, where it would just be like a head, like floating in space, and then it would just say like E or like something like very just like obscure, and they're like, oh, this is what the kids are into now. These are the memes of the younger generation. And it's like, I think they're just there to be silly. So I think like when they say skibbity toilet, they're just trying to say something to like freak out the old people. Like, they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Just trolling everybody.
They have origins. Yeah, the hairless primate says there's even skibbity action figures and toys. Yeah, there's a whole like skibbity toilet show, but I think the way that it originated was there was some guy singing some kind of nonsense song, and he used the word skibbity or something, and it had this whole like dance, and it went like semi-viral, and then this cartoonist guy took it and made it into this stupid, absurd cartoon show that had its own, kind of world and lore. And the skibbity toilet, you can find Skibbity Toilet season 1, and you can watch every episode.
Streaming on Netflix. It's fantastic.
I did admittedly try to get through some of the Skibbity Toilet.
Did you really?
Yeah. I watched a couple, and they are
incomprehensible.
But it's just not. Yeah, it really is not. It's not. I don't find it funny. Okay, no, I don't. I couldn't get anything out of it. It wasn't enough for me to really sink my teeth in and get interested in it. But
you find some very like odd esoteric things funny that I don't find funny at all. Like all your Conor O'Malley obsession. Like I don't get it. It's too weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't made for me, Matt. Yeah. It wasn't made for you. Okay. I don't care what a 40-year-old YouTuber thinks about Skibbity Toilet. It wasn't made for him.
I have to depart.
Oh, really?
I have to leave. Yeah, I wish I could stick around. Sorry to leave you on your own. What are you going to talk about?
What am I going to do? I'll probably talk about that tea app. Skibbity Toilet coming to Amazon Prime. And the Skibbity Toilet will be a fat black woman. There will be.
This. Oh my God.
That is who will be playing Skibbity Toilet.
There's going to be outrage when. Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Just gonna leave.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, it was a blast. As the token communist, it's always nice.
Invited. You've gotten more based over the years as I've known you. You become less of a commie. Yeah.
I'm back. I was cringing too hard from that map. It did kind of feel like being in elementary school and doing some kind of phonics.
I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, I thought it's funny to explore all of our ignorance.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh. I was just like, that's ridiculous. How little geography I know.
Yeah. All right, next week we're gonna do a little follow-up on the
next week we'll be doing a spelling bee. Please tune in.
I'm gonna do a little bit more Skibbity Toilet.
A little more Skibbity Toilet.
More concrete explanations for.
Give us the skinny.
Yeah, I will be your lead Skibbity Toilet correspondent.
That's your book report for next week.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'll see you all next time on. All right.
The MFer podcast. All right. Later, buddy.
Later.
Get out of here. Well, that was nice of Mike to stop by for a little while, huh? Give us a little Skibbity Toilet update. The states were kind of sad, Matt. I was a little embarrassed by that too, to be honest. So was I. I thought I knew them better. But in the middle, it all starts to just blend together. I don't fucking know. I thought I knew better than I guess I do. Like I know most of it. I mean, the coasts are easy because they're all very distinct. You know, they all kind of have their own. They're very obvious. But once you get in the middle there, I'm like, first of all, I've never really been to most of those places. So in my defense, you know what I mean? I've never been to Iowa. I've never been to, I don't think I've ever been to Michigan or Wisconsin and Minnesota. They're all, I don't know. I honestly don't know. So you're right. That is shameful. Fly over, Matt. Look, to be honest, that was, I mean, before I moved to Texas, I didn't spend any time in the middle of the country. This is the most middle of the country I've ever spent living here. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was the coasts. I was a coastal elite, guys. What can I tell you? I went from New Jersey, New York to LA and back, and that was it. Yeah, I was a coastal elite looking down on all the plebs in the middle of the country who weren't as enlightened as me, you know? So sorry, I'm retarded. Look, I imagine you guys had faith in me. That was misplaced. That's on you. That's on you for having faith in me. Okay. I'm just out here talking. You don't have to believe in me. All right. All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, now that Michael's gone, it's it's just, more stupidness in the world, right? I wasn't going to, NJ Coastal Elite. I lived in New York City, okay? All right. But yeah, New Jersey's not known for their elitism. Hello, Leslie. Hello. There's just, it's so tedious. But there was an app over the weekend that, came out, and it was this app called T, and it was basically a place for like women to go, as they claim the point of the app was, if women are dating some guy, right, they want to go on this app, and then they're gonna if he happened to be like a criminal or a cheater or did something nefarious, had like a criminal record or stole from them or something like that. The idea behind the app was they were gonna expose these guys. They're going to put them on the app, and then all the girls could kind of weigh in or say, and then if you start dating a guy and you find him on this T app and you're like, oh, it turns out he's a criminal, is to keep you safe. Now, as you might imagine, that's not exactly how the app is going to work in practice. Basically, it was just going to be a place for women to bitch about men and, shame them in whatever nefarious effort they were going to put out there. And so the app drew some controversy. People were just like, oh, it's fucking do. And like, for me, I don't like that type of stuff, because it's like, if you're a man, you can't even access the app. And so if there's people on there slandering you or talking shit about you, you have no recourse. And the way the little a coven of women work is, if a woman says it, it's valid. Man trying to stick up for himself or clear his name. No, that guy's probably lying. But so this app comes out, draws some controversy, and then immediately it's hacked and the users are exposed, and they put up all their what's it called, licenses, because you have to put the license on to like use the app. And it's what you might think, there was a lot of that going on. And it's kind of like, you look at that and you're like, oh, that's kind of, probably shouldn't hack it and expose their information. But the truth of the matter was, the developer who developed this app, had it in a public file. So it wasn't even something that got hacked. It was just that someone investigated slightly and found I think it was like a Google Doc or a Google Drive, and had just had all the information in there. So hacking's not quite the word, but needless to say, that app blew up in people's faces, and it didn't go the way that they were hoping, and was kind of immediate. Now, I don't know if the app's still up. That's actually kind of a good question. I wonder if they doubled down on their security and they're going to maintain it. But the users got exposed day of, and then I guess more releases happened today, where I guess DMs amongst people using the app. So their in-app private conversations now exposed. Now, look, there before the grace of God go I. And I don't want to revel in anyone's downfall too much, but you got to say, it's pretty sweet. The whole thing was to be this private community where people just shit on men, and then immediately it's exposed. All the users are uploaded, and then all their private conversations are now public. That's kind of sick. I think that's sort of I think this gaslighting the competition. Yeah. Fuck those bitches. It's called karma. I mean, right? It does seem like kind of the bitter women's club is what that app was going to be. And it's what do you think the percentage of men being talked shit on there were genuinely criminals, or versus like guys they just don't like anymore, or they just want to talk shit on? I just think about the potential weaponization. That's almost a phrase that app could do. I mean, if you've got girls who just like don't like someone, they could just post nasty shit about people. I've definitely worked in certain environments where my support of Donald J. Trump wasn't all that well regarded, or some of my political points of view were not exactly lauded and heralded amongst the group. I could definitely see some of those girls being like, and putting that out there. I mean, one of the most controversial things, right, in dating is like you see there's all these things, girl trends and stuff, TikTok trends, where like, don't date a guy who says moderate. If he says moderate in his dating profile, that means conservative. It's like a warning to like other women. Well, think about that now with this app. If this app exists, this T app exists, well, they can just be like, oh, he's a Nazi, he's a right-wing guy. He doesn't think we should trans children and slaughter babies. This fucking white supremacist, but there's the potential for that as well. And so there is a satisfaction in watching that entire thing just go tits up from the jump off. I think it's pretty good. Developer is gay and Brazilian. Can't expect much more of him. I suppose not, Sentient Dildo. I suppose not. The Facebook group still exists for multiple cities. Yeah, that's true. Gossip groups, they exist. Probably not as searchable as an app, though, and a little more transient, where like the profiles, it's like a group. I mean, unless there's like you can search names in the Facebook group, but I understand it doesn't quite work like that. I don't know what you did, Matt, why you'd end up in that group. Well, maybe just being a right-wing YouTuber. Just being a right-wing YouTuber can get you on the list. I mean, it could, I thought it meant armbands and funny walks. Not anymore. That's not what that means anymore. That means disagreeing with a white liberal woman. That puts you on the N-word list. The N-word list. Oh, she put me on the N-word list. Yeah. They always have and will continue to have their whisper groups. Stop the cat, Matt. We know you wore Obama Hope shirts to work. That's so funny. I don't know if it was Hope, but I definitely had an Obama pin on my bag when during the first in 2008 when I lived in New York, and I would walk around with my bag, and it might have said Hope. It was Obama support for sure. So, yeah. Look, we were caught up, okay? All right. It was a wild time, Bush led us into 2 wars. They weren't ending. We thought this guy was going to save us. He didn't, but I thought he did. The DNC endorses this app, probably. I heard that the DNC, despite even, Trump losing a lot of ground with his supporters, his base, even people that, like myself, who who have been a big fan, but was very disappointed with his handling of the Epstein thing. I think he lost a lot of support over that irreparably. People may still appreciate him, but we're not. I don't think that level of enthusiasm and excitement's ever coming back after that. That's a tough one. It's a tough one to get over. But even with that, there have been some polls out there that even with that bad reputation that Trump's got because of this botch of the Epstein thing, the DNC's rate, like support and approval numbers are in the toilet. Even with that, even with protecting the elite, PDF files, on the island there, even with that, people still hate Democrats more. Do you know how bad you need to fuck up? How irreversibly poor you need to run your party, and how little you have to offer the American public that even after that, people are like, yeah, but not Democrats, though. That's crazy. Could you imagine? That's nuts. Matt about to start a beer app. Yeah, for dudes, you know, who are like, this chick, she's, yeah. Actually, it would be nice to have like a bipolar registry for women. You know what I mean? So that guys could be like, is this chick crazy? You know, just to know. And you're like, okay, I mean, I'm not going to not try, but at least I know what I'm getting myself into. You know, there's like a little bit more like just some heads up. You know what I mean? Like that would be nice. I think a bipolar, registry would be good. Ranking of body counts, I think would be helpful. That type of information is something that we could use, and women are not allowed in. No women, not even trans women. It's no big deal. The government's run by pedos. Get over it. Yeah, it's just one of these things we just have to accept. Are you still asking about that? Come on, that's old news. We've been talking about this guy forever. Yep. Didn't their young male outreach hippo get the boot as well? Yes, I believe she did. It's kind of funny. Like, I know it's sort of an old story, but it is funny where they're like, we have this young man, we have this male problem in the Democratic Party. We don't know what the issue is. What could it be? What could the issue be? We better pay millions of dollars to get to the bottom of this. Oh, by the way, white men are the problem for everything in society, but we just don't know what the issue is. Oh, well, white men need to check their privilege, and they're also toxic and bad. And if they want sex from women, that's a bad thing. And if they ignore women, that's a bad thing too. And there's nothing you can say or do ever except to just, grab your knees and hand over all your property and wealth to a woman of color. And even then, that's still not good enough. But what could the problem be? Why don't they connect with the Democratic Party? What could it be? We are stumped on this one. I'll tell you, really confused as to what the issue is with the men not connecting with the Democratic Party. Well, your guess is as good as mine. I guess we'll just have to, spend tens of millions of dollars to get to the bottom of this one. But I'm as baffled as you. No idea what it could be. And it didn't work, huh? It didn't work. Asking that chick to figure it out. Like, even that, you're just sort of like, you're never, are you actually going to like, if you'd listen, you'd be the modern Republican Party. You actually care about men's issues, but you don't. What you'd like to know is how to manipulate men into voting you back into power, but you're not actually going to do anything about it. You're not actually going to help in any way or incentivize us to support you, because that's proven to work against our favor, against our interests. So we're not going to do that. Even though, yeah, it's the never stick your dick in crazy app. Yeah. Although, plenty of guys will still. I'm guilty. I've been there. But yeah, no, that would be helpful. I would like that information. That would be a good heads up for the future, Hate Democrats but love baby oil. That's like when you're torn about Diddy, you're like, on one hand, I do hate Democrats, but on the other, I love baby oil. So I don't know where to go on this one. Not sure. Why are you talking about government nonsense? There's a literal genocide happening in Gaza right now. You joke, but there is. It's all bad. It's all bad. Go play video games. You know what I mean? They hire a woman to communicate with men every time. Matt's political opinions hit harder after witnessing his geographic knowledge. Yeah, I can't imagine that was good for my reputation, for my magical insight, knowing that I can't, without a map, pick out all these countries or even states in my own country. But I wonder how many people could do it. I bet you even you guys making fun of me probably couldn't do. You might be able to do more than me. I didn't do very good. I got a lot of America, but there's in the middle there. Especially the Midwest. I don't know that stuff. I don't know Michigan and Minnesota and Wisconsin. I don't know. It all blends to me. It's all one big culture. I have no idea. I know that's like ignorant, but I don't really know. Leslie's Kate crazy? No comment. What? That's or not even what are we talking about? Matt is in a blue wig shouting Gaza. I'm not. And I'll tell you this. I've talked with Michael about this very thing. It is the it is tough. I think Israel's I don't know about the genocide, but I think they have genocidal intentions. And I think that whole it is funny now me talking about politics and you guys knowing now that I'm exposed as a retard. But it is awful, and I think it's indefensible. I don't really see, I don't really see the other side of it at all. And I've tried to listen, and it's like, wait, it's either support the death of all these kids or I'm an anti-Semite. Oh, I guess I'll take anti-Semite because I'm not comfortable with your mass murder. I'm just not. Sorry. Call me old-fashioned. Call me squeamish. But then you see who else you agree with, and that sucks. It's like, God damn it. It's like, I agree with Hassan. Fuck. I saw that actress, Hunter Schafer, I guess she got arrested. He, it, they, them, zim, got arrested for protesting the Gaza thing. I don't know. I don't know the details at all, but got arrested for it. And I'm like, fuck. I'm on their side. Like, that stinks. I'll be honest. That is not, I don't like finding myself there. It makes it challenging. I wish I didn't believe it, but I mean, I do, with, after everything I've looked into, I don't really see the other side of it at all. But I've like, I hate to find myself agreeing with like screaming blue hair libs. Like, that is just the worst place. Cause I think they're a good metric as to who did not, to what to not agree with, because they're wrong on everything. They just happen to be right on this one. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. No, that sucked. That was a horrible failure. That was my my poor geographical knowledge. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down. I'm sorry that my geographical knowledge is weak. I'll go study and then I'll know more. And then I will fill out that map with a plum. I will know all of it. Do you know Eastern Europe, Cotton? You know all that? I don't know all that. I don't know all about that at all. Sorry. Instead of rating movies, maybe we should rank genocides next week. Good call, Zax. I love that idea. There's been a few. I mean, we got Rwanda. You got the Germans went on a run. They went on a tear. You've got Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge. You've got the current one and genocide and Gaza. There's there's a lot to discuss there. A lot of things. Armenia, whole bunch of them. The Mongolians, maybe you could probably throw them into the mix. I don't know if that's ethnic cleansing as much as just killing everybody, but still, could be there. Dude, I was just kidding. Didn't mean to open a Gaza conversation. Sorry about it. No. I don't care. I'm not really talking about it. I'm just saying, like, just kind of reasserting my position, but then just the frustration of finding myself on their side stinks. I hate it. It's embarrassing. It's like, I want to not think this. I don't like agreeing with them. Ruben, earthquake. It has begun. I don't know what you're talking about, but what up, Rubes? No, of course not. I'm American. No, the States, fool. Yeah, fair. I don't know. I really don't know. I understand Gaza, but can't find Ohio on a map. I found Ohio. I didn't know Nebraska. I think I was right about Minnesota. I got Wisconsin. I think I got Wisconsin and Michigan messed up. Sorry. I don't know those states. And then the boxy ones, I know loosely about them. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know the geography all that well. You know where Guam is? Well, good for you. Good for you. Smarty pants knows his country's geography. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh-oh, is this going to be something I'll never live down? Terrific. Just trying to provide entertaining content for you. And Zach thought it was cringe. I thought it was funny. But no. Got a hold of your hands for left and right so you know which way to go. Are you saying that about me? That's you, young lady. You're the one who doesn't know your left and right without doing this. I will confess, when I'm navigating direction and I have to be like, okay, never eat soggy okay. I can't just imagine which way, northeast, west, south. I have to never eat soggy. Okay. I have to do the middle school thing of never eat soggy waffles. Sorry. I have to. I can't remember that. I don't know why. Always fucks me up. When I lived in New York City and I had to navigate the streets, I could do that a lot easier because it was normal. It just made more sense because I was using it was the same geography all the time. But out in the world, if I have to think about it, I have to think about it. It's only because I've had friends that were stationed there. Well, you just have some insider info, Cotton. All right? Don't call me an idiot. I'm not an idiot. Not knowing where Romania is, Matt. Oof. I never went there. I just said I was gonna go. And I know it's on the east somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It's just a joke. I didn't know. Why would I know? I don't, obviously. I guess I just don't know my geography. Sorry, guys. Philly is easy. It's just a grid. Yeah, that's how New York City is. Yeah, just a grid. Sorry. No, I don't know my European geography. I knew that was going to be bad. And I know, especially you living there and other Europeans, they're probably just oh, that's embarrassing. And it's I guess so. But how often do you look at a map where there's no countries on it? I don't know. Never eat soggy waffles. You guys didn't have that in your school, Cotton? Or you to northeast, southwest? No, you didn't have that. All right, whatever. Shut up! You guys are jerks. You guys are fucking jerks. I don't like it. You did. See, you did. Yeah. You had insider info for Michigan too, Matt, and you fucked it up. Yeah. Sorry, I let down Vig. I didn't just let down all of you. I let down Vig. Let down my former partner in culture crime fighting, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that in second grade, dude. It works. I mean, look, can you say the ABCs without singing them? I can't. I have to sing them. I have to sing the ABCs because that's how I was taught when I was 4 or whatever. And so that's just in my head now. Okay, right. You know what I mean? That's how I learned it, and that's how I know it. And that's the same thing with the directions. Never eat soggy waffles. That's how it's in my head. All right. You know what? I have the courage to admit these embarrassing things. How about you? You just sit there in judgment from the chat? Fucking rude. Never eat sour watermelon. All right. I guess that's what they teach in Texas. Never eat sour watermelon. Okay. Naughty elephants suck willies. That's pretty funny. Yeah, they didn't like it. Should have gone to Romania. Well, at least then I would have known where it was on the map. Maybe. Who knows? I've been to Costa Rica. I don't know that I could pick that out on the map. I know kind of where it is. Sort of. Not really. Yeah, I guess I just don't. Now we're just doing basic math questions. I think, all right, because these always float around on Twitter and they bug me. But as I understand it, and I was no math whiz, but as I understand it, you're supposed to do the multiplication first. So that would be 4. So the answer should be 12. I think that's right. But stuff like this, you're like, all right, whatever. That's just syntax. It's just kind of it's almost like a technicality. It's just okay, cute. But Whatever. You think you're so fucking smart. Look, oh, because you have like functional education. I got it right. Thanks. Fucking A. Okay. Real quick, I'm just gonna pivot here. I started watching the show Dark. Did you guys see this? I know this is like an older show. Like it ended in I think like 2020. But it was like a kind of a big show or whatever, like even though like it is in German, which I think modern, like watching a whole show in another language is kind of a lot. And the only reason that I find it challenging is just because it's like you can't look away, right? With a regular show, like you can, an English speaking show, you can like look away or check your phone or something like that. But if it's in a foreign language, you have to watch every frame, because it's in that foreign language. So it's to me, it's slightly more demanding. It's not like they're reading that much, but it's just a little bit more. You have to be focused on it. So I started watching it and I'm about 4 or 5 episodes into it. And that's pretty far. Like that's halfway through the first season. And my conclusion thus far is I think I like it. Like Zach's just said, Dark rules. And I'm intrigued, certainly, but it's slow. The plot unfolds very slowly, and I'm starting to get a little impatient. I want them to tell me a little bit more. Give me something more. And furthermore, there are so many damn characters in this show. It is hard to keep them all straight. I keep getting confused about who's friggin' who, and you've got the past version and the future version, and I can't keep track. I'm like, oh wait, so that's his mom from back then. That's his. Okay. And I'm trying to, but there's so much to like, it's like, I need like a flow chart next to it with, you know what I mean? With like, okay, this person's this person, that person's this person. Like I forgot that the woman who's like the main, he's not even the main kid anymore. But he's like, we focused on him as like the main kid whose dad killed himself. And then he kind of sits to the back of the show for a few episodes. So there's a lot to focus on. But I forgot that like his mom was the woman, Hannah, I think. And then, she's having the affair. It's just like, there's so many little details to keep straight and you're throwing it through time. I think like, cause I've heard people say this show's confusing and it's like, it is in the sense that it's just a lot to keep track of. And it doesn't help that it's in a different language. That always makes it a little bit more difficult. There's one more barrier between understanding it. So it's compelling. It's interesting. It's not woke. But it's like, it's kind of a lot to keep track of. And it gets a little exhausting. And for me, a little frustrating with the fact that the plot is being doled out so slowly. It's like, come on, give me a little bit something more. German show on Netflix, Correctamundo, Hairless Primate. Always meant to watch Dark, but always forgot to. Heard it's good. Yeah, I think I just didn't have like it was kind of like one of those things I felt like slightly like a chore because it's like it's in a different language, so I have to like really focus on it. So that's why I finally jumped in. Also, because what the hell else is there to watch? There's nothing to watch right now. So I was like, all right, I'll go watch this old show I've been meaning to watch. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I don't know. Yeah, can't be on your phone and watch Dark. I know that sounds like, oh, you can't be on your phone and do it, but it's just like the way we are wired nowadays. It's just kind of like, and it's not all like when I was watching Mobland, I wasn't on my phone because like the plot moved. You know what I mean? But there's certain scenes too where it's just kind of like we're just exploring like the emotional depth or the impact of something bad on this family, which is like fine, but it's not progressing the story at all. And I want the story to move. I like more efficient shows. I like shows that cook along. All honkies look alike. Hey, we sure do. Everyone in the show is white. DEI makes it easier to tell people apart. You're right. There should be more strong women of color who are telling everyone what to do, and the rest of us don't know. That was one upside. It's not that hard to follow. So you want it to be faster paced and it's confusing. Yes, I would like them to get to the story a little bit more. I think they're dragging out these reveals a little bit long, and they're not filling it in with a lot of story and detail. They're really stretching out the reveals with the human drama, which isn't all that compelling. It's not boring, but it's not gripping either. Like, we know what the interesting parts are, and let's get to that. You know what I mean? Like, let's start fleshing out that stuff and getting into it instead of just hinting at it and showing images of it. And then we're going to tell you what that is by the end of the season. Maybe it's just like, get to it already. Stop teasing me and tell me the damn story. That's why. And shouts to you, Man of War. You know what? I was just about to give you a compliment. Well, fuck that. I'm not doing that now. No. Shouts to you, Man of War. The show, The Eternauts, doesn't do this. The show, The Eternauts, doesn't string you along. Like, they're gonna reveal it, huh? Just hang on a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. It's like, no, they introduce something. They kind of leave it vague for a little while, and then bam, they tell you what it is, right? And then they introduce the next thing, and they're leading towards paying it off. It's just like they're keeping you intrigued without manipulating you. I'm not saying Dark manipulates you. It's right on the edge of it. It's right on the edge where it's just like, come on, man. I feel like you're dragging this out to make it more compelling, but you're not actually giving me the story, which is frustrating. And then on top of that, it's confusing and hard to keep track of all the different characters. And it's like, I would say, it's like confusing's the wrong word. It's just a lot to keep in order. There's so many characters. And like I said, there's also the younger versions of themselves. So you have to try to also remember who's who and associate with them. And then there's like people that kind of look the same, but they're actually not the same character. And you're like, okay, so that's not the nurse. That is the nurse. That's the mom. And she was the one with the frizzy hair. Like, it's hard to keep it all straight. There's just so many balls in the air. And they're not getting to the juicy parts. You know what I mean? It's like, I know what we're here for, but, Dark is showing you a lot, especially season 1, not so much telling. Yeah, it shows you quite a bit. Look, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just not sure about it yet. I'm going to keep watching it to see where it goes and how it unfolds. But I will say, like, because I've heard people say that accuse the show of being confusing. And it's like, it's not confusing in the sense, at least not yet, in that the story is like opaque. Like, its story's opaque, but it's a mystery, so they're going to reveal it. It's not like so far like the concepts are impossible to understand. It's just literally, it's a lot of characters to keep track of, and that is especially with the age gap. That makes it even harder. But anyway, I don't know. I'll give an update next week. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week of the MFer podcast. Thank you so very much for watching this episode and hanging out with me. And being there to witness the exposure of my geographical ignorance. If you found that cringe, Zax, I'm sorry. It was cringe. I was trying something. I was throwing something out there. Having a little bit of fun with my friend Michael. Well, I'm sorry, but oh boy, oh man. Getting clipped. Well, that's occupational hazard of this job. Check out Zax's show tomorrow, by the way. What's Good Wednesday? Are you doing are you doing more movie rankings tomorrow? Last week we did it. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Hairless Primate. Much appreciated, homie. Peace to you. Last week on What's Good Wednesday, we did movie battles. Basically, we would take all the movies that were made in a single year. It was 1986 versus 1999, and then we had them compete. And which year was the year with the better movies ultimately? And I think 1999 won last time. And I know that Zax is okay. So he's doing it tomorrow. Okay, 1990 versus 94. Okay, so it's a fun show. I definitely recommend checking it out. We had a blast. So go watch Zax's show on that. And other than that, I'll see you all next week. Y'all have a fantastic evening. And yeah, talk to you soon. Peace, yo.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!